What's up and welcome to another BeastMode breakdown. This time we're diving into OCR South African Championships. We're down in KZN this past weekend. Let's get into it. What a weekend! Damn, where do I start? First, I think I need to start by saying well done to an awesomely well organized event between the Warrior Race, OCR, OCR World Champs. You guys absolutely killed it. Damn. Venue-wise, the Blythedale venue I think is spot on for something like this. If we're going to KZN, we won't get to the beach. Very cool placing of the SA Champs event. Having a good build up, having a month or two before to prep and to build, and to have this as a peak event, really cool as well. I say really cool a lot. It was that cool. Kicked off the Warrior weekend with the sprint races on the Saturday. Very well done to Trevor and to Dominique for taking the win on the elite races. Jack, just bad luck, buddy. I think we're going to change your name from Jack the Giant Slayer to Jack the Net Slayer. Or just Strong Neck Man. If that thing wasn't anchored properly, you would have taken that whole net with you. Hope you're next okay though, and kudos for fighting back, for taking the second spot on the podium. Well done. Another thing that I think is really cool from Warrior's side is having age categories like 40 plus and under 18s for the young guns to be able to compete against each other. That builds the sport from the ground up and it gives them the proper recognition they want without having to be intimidated on the start line by elites like Trevor or Jason. So well done to all the young guns and the bullies with the 40 plus category for owning your age group. Then, Sunday morning, the action between me and Claude and the rest of the field. Claude has had 2 wins for the season, I've had 2 wins for the season. Tiebreaker to see who takes the lead on the series. What better event than to have it as the championships event? Having a championships course is also a difficult thing. We saw the European champs a month or 2 ago. I'll try and put some links in the description. Championship event where the balance was a bit tilted. A lot of people saying there was too many obstacles, they were too dense, it was too hard. I know South Africans never have that problem because we're tough. But having a championships course means that it needs to be balanced. In the same breath, I'm gonna say that I like that there is different events like EMP Challenge or Beast Challenge, a bit more running orientated or a bit more obstacle orientated. Having a championships event though, you need to have it really balanced. And again, I think Warrior nailed that this weekend. We had a proper run. It was 20 odd Ks. Those hills never stopped. Hard obstacles, not impossible obstacles, but hard and doable. To know when you crossed that finish line, you worked for it, you completed it, it was a challenge. And it's still doable for most of the field. So really cool to see them finding a lack of balance. I look forward to going to OCR World Champs later this year in the mid-October to see again what their racing compares to ours is like. And last year OCR World Champs also had a proper balance between running and obstacles, so I think the sport is really going in a good direction. So the actual race. We started out fast. Guns blazing. Tulani Redebe, myself and Claude Eksteen pulled away from the racing bunch rather soon. Blistering pace. I saw on my Swinto afterwards there was some Ks that was sub 3 minutes a K. That must have been downhill. First quarter of the race we were trading punches, and the middle 2 quarters Claude, I must say, he had a hamstring injury. He couldn't really run the downhill, so I would smash the downhills and he would absolutely annihilate me on all the climbs. So we all know Claude is a phenomenal runner. Don't mind the bird taking over my vlogging sound. Hey bird, I'm vlogging over here. So the middle 2 segments of the race after the bucket carry, which was about 500 meters long, I found myself about 2 minutes in front. But let's make it a minute. I don't know what to do with myself up there. Claude soon solved that problem by coming back and just smashing me. About 4 Ks to go from the venue. He put about, let's call it 3 minutes into me. So kudos to Claude on killing the last segment of the running. So coming into race venue, yes, I was so broken. We had the bigger obstacles lined up, and I knew this is where I had to make my move, or this is where my game is. Trying to monkey bar the flying monkey at first didn't work. Tire pull between those obstacles. Downhill was so smooth, I could walk with it like a walk in the park. Coming back up. Sorry Jason Friedman says the tire pull's way too short. I found it quite challenging, maybe because we were some of the first doing the longer loop. Yes, it was shorter the day before. A lot of people ask me, Thomas, what do you do for how do you get through these obstacles? What do you do for training? What's your technique? The mindset I have going into a big obstacle like breaking point is do it as fluent as possible, get as fast as possible from resting point A to resting point B without using too much strength. So minimal strength and maximal fluency, that I try and flow as much as possible, use as much swing as I can, and reach as far as I can on each move. Especially on the last segments, you want to spend minimal time hanging and maximum time moving in a forward direction. Challenge that I'll put out that I give to my Warrior Fit athlete, a 5-minute stint of hanging broken up into pieces within a time of, let's say, 15 minutes. So you've got 15 minutes, you need to spend 5 minutes on the bar, whether you do a minute at a time or 10 seconds at a time, as long as you get a total time of 5 minutes within a time frame of 15 minutes. We'll also see Smit has been putting up some cool OCR grip training stuff which you can do at any local gym. So check out Smit on Facebook, he's got some cool videos coming out. Just break these bad boys. Go take a look at his Facebook stuff, follow his videos, he's doing a cool series on grip training. Luckily I made it through breaking point in first place. I barely touched the ground and I was running again. Who else agreed that the last climb to the slide was like 300 kilometers long? That climb just absolutely killed me. This is a cool example of why we love OCR so much. This is the fun factor. I just love that. It is enjoyable, it is doable. This is why we don't stick to park runs and marathons. We love OCR, and this is why I'll be coming back to the next Warrior races. And maybe because I have a series to win, but I did love the slide, so cool stuff. Coming over the finish line, taking the very first South African Championships title, something you can't really describe.
For the last 3 years, ladies and gentlemen, I give you your new South African champion in obstacle course racing, Black Ops Elite. It is BeastMode, Thomas van Tonder. Unbelievable right here on the finish line. He's done the near impossible. An incredible result. Congratulations and welcome home.
Just a feeling of gratitude and humbleness together with just ecstatic excitement all in one. Thanks to the Lord for giving me the blessings that I have to be able to do what I do. So well done to Trish for taking the win on the ladies race, and to the rest of the podiums. Enjoy your titles. I hope you're all back to come and defend them next year. Game face. So something that's a bit unrelated to the whole race. Warrior Race always pays their athletes on time. We are now maybe 1 or 2 days after the event and they've already paid my prize money in full. I've had examples before at other events, I'm not going to name them, where I have to go back and ask for, hey, where's the winnings, and I really respect the fact that Warrior is respecting their athletes by giving them what they promised and giving it on time. For those of you who didn't know, Arnell from OCR Tube was over at SA Champs. He's going to make a whole recap video of his experience and South Africa compared to the world. He does run on a Patreon account and by donations, so go search OCR Tube and give him some love. Keep an eye on his YouTube channel. He'll be releasing a video soon of his whole experience in South Africa and South African Championships, so keep an eye out for that one. Team Sprint! Team Liquid Speed, we just killed it! I must admit, it's a hard team to beat, but after the Black Ops Elite, this was some of the most broken times I've ever had. Passed out. I think I downed maybe 1, maybe 2 of these bad boys off from the finish line. And that might have been the only thing that got me through the sprint race. Gives you wings! Dominique, DOliveira and JP Marie, thanks for teaming up on Sprint Race forming Team Liquid Speed. Team Sprint is a vibe that I really like. I think that's a concept that can go far in terms of growth in OCR and the Olympics coming up. The format like this is really spectator friendly and I love the concept and the excitement about it. So kudos to Warrior again. Well done to all the teams who left their heart out there on the field this weekend.